I always thought about harming myself.
I'm shy. I struggled with making friends.
I never thought I could do anything. I have extremely low self esteem.
Lately, I've been eating my pain away. Just throw it back up. I've been struggling to lose weight.
Somebody said I don't fit in just because I wear my hair the way I like it.
1 out of 5 American girls suffer from mental health problems. Don't be that girl. Talk to someone.
Those thoughts I had are long gone, for I have a future I need to get to.
In order to get better, I had to do better. I learned how to make friends.
I believe in myself. That's when everyone else did, I set an example.
Instead of me eating everything, I started watching my calories. The weight is falling off.
I wanted to change my hair, but I decided it was for me. It's for me.
A PSA from the Curvy Girl Project.
And good morning, and welcome to Expose Under the Sun, sponsored by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. And we are viewing from the great and phenomenal cities of Detroit, Michigan, under the auspices of the Honorable Mayor Mike Duggan, as well as the phenomenal city of Highland Park, Michigan, under the auspices of the Honorable Mayor Glenda McDonald. And again, you are watching us live, and our call-in numbers are area code 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 313-868-4336. Our website is www.tv33whpr.com, and we are doing another show like we did a couple of weeks ago with my phenomenally talented and beautiful co-host. And Suzanne, I will let you take it over from here.
Good morning. I'm Chief Silent Storm and known as Suzanne, and it's an honor to be here again. We had some great feedback on our last show together, so we thought we would make a thing of it and continue it on. And so just a couple of things that I have going on. For this month is Focus Hope. I am the owner of Fearless Minds. We are a spiritual mindset ministry, and we operate out of Michigan and Inkster, the city of Inkster in particular. So anything under the sun for our people, we provide. Focused Hope pickup date is September 14th. For those that have already signed up, if you would like to sign up, if you're 60 and over, you can go on our website at fearlessminds.com and request a form. I also do a diaper connect, so if you are in need of diapers and baby wipes, we also do that as well. So that is monthly, so you can get a part of that. And just to recall, we had a show, our first show together was over 2 weeks ago now. Mm-hmm. Yes, so we briefly touched on mental wellness. My father committed suicide over 7 years ago, and so we were just briefly talking about that and the impact it has on the loved ones. And it was actually Suicide Prevention Day, September 10th, so I just wanted to make mention of that. And September 11th, was yesterday, so we just want to keep that in our minds and pray for the people that have survived that ordeal that had great impact on our nation. So I just wanted to make mention of that.
Well, and it's so interesting too, Suzanne, that you bring that up because, people need to relax. And I have to give credit to the people expert, Dr. Sabrina Jackson.
Yes, I love her.
Watching her on the other day on Fox 2. And when I was watching her on Fox 2, she used that acronym for the word relax. Mm. And and if you do get a chance to go back through Fox 2, you'll see what that RELAX stood for. And I thought that was very profound what she was saying, in terms of, say, about telling people to release and to go and let some of the stress that they're going through, let it, exhale. Let them
Yes.
not own it. Let them not keep it, because a lot of times people cannot, if they can't handle all of the stress and all of the anxiety that's going on, that could be overwhelming to some people, and
sure.
that could be one of the factors that could lead to them, doing something that could be hazardous to their health.
Oh, for sure.
So we want to make certain that people, realize, hey, and then also too, because this is Suicide Prevention Month,
Yes.
that there are a lot of resources available for persons that may be contemplating about doing something like that, that could be of help
Yes.
to them as well.
For sure.
So the main thing is that even though you may think that you're alone, you're not.
You're not.
There's a lot of people like myself, like Suzanne and others that are looking to try and assist with making certain that whatever you're going through, if you can't get through it by yourself,
Yes.
we can also help you to be able to go and get through it with
Absolutely,
you as well.
yes.
And I'm going to take that time to kind of segue into one of my announcements.
Okay.
There's a program, it's called Full and Fabulous, that Dr. Sharon Denise Dumas had created many, many years ago for young ladies that may have had self-esteem issues, as well as for young ladies that may have had issues when it came down to their weight, anxiety issues, anger management,
Yes.
and then also suicide.
Yes.
Contemplating these things. And I'm proud to announce that the 23rd of this month, they're having a debutante ball entitled "A Rose is Still a Rose,"
I love it.
and it's going to be at the International Center, which is located right there at 111 Kirby, right almost adjacent to the Detroit Art Institute.
Yes.
And it's going to be again on the 23rd. It's going to start. The doors open at 5 o'clock, and it's going to start. It's going to be from
Correction, 6 o'clock.
Well, that's what time it's going to start.
Okay.
So it's going to start at 6 o'clock, but the doors are open then at 5 o'clock for
Very
people to
good.
come. Because you know how we are.
Yes.
We always get there early.
And you were told to be there at 4, sir. So just
Well, that's only because
For you.
I was also asked possibly to be a escort.
Yes, I
for
love
one
that
of the
for the girls.
debutantes, as well as I'll kind of be doing double duty that day, because not only will I be an escort for one of the young ladies, but also that I'll be co-emceeing the event with
Awesome.
another one of the debutantes,
Okay.
as well. And Dr. Dumas asked me to mention that Dominique Sparks will be the entertainment, and she's going to she's a comedian that's also known as Juicy. So the tickets are $20, and because they're a nonprofit, that you can then write this off as far as the donation off your taxes.
Yes.
And if you would like to get more information about A Rose is Still a Rose debutante ball, you can go to www.fulland, and not N, but A-N-D,
Yes.
fabulous.org. And this is with the Curvy Girls and Friends.
I love that.
So
She's opened
again,
it up.
It is. So hopefully, like I said, it'll be a great event, great opportunity, and we hope that it's a very, very good success, because they're raising money for a variety of different things, including to be able to have the transportation at their leisure to be able to go and take individuals to various different locations throughout the state regarding young ladies, and going on field trips, picking them up to transport them to the centers that they work with them on the various different projects. So again, definitely,
Yes.
make sure you support them.
And I just want to say real quick, my daughter Jada, she actually is a member of the Curvy Girls. So she attended last year's debutante ball, and what a transformation it made in her life. She was very quiet. Her first event with the girls, she was very antisocial. Sitting in the corner, they were actually bowling, and I was embarrassed for her because she was so antisocial, but I did take a picture, and it's such a phenomenal transformation. I encourage every parent to, add their girls to this program because you'll definitely see a change and a difference. Dr. Sharon Dumas does amazing work, so you definitely want to be a part of that.
And one thing I wanted to say too, I've got a couple of announcements, but one thing I wanted to say is that I wanted to congratulate my frat brother, Harry Todd, who is now the 50th president for Gamma Lambda, which is our Detroit chapter. And I am very proud of him, and I know he'll be a great president, during the time that he's going to be in office. So again, my congratulations to my frat brother.
Yes,
And
congratulations.
for a few people that may not know, I bleed various different colors. But one of the colors that I bleed is black and gold,
Okay.
which is our fraternity colors, Alpha Phi Alpha. And we were founded in 1906 at Cornell University. We've got various other alumni, but, we're part of the Divine Nine. And very proud of Harry Todd, and I know that he's going to take the chapter Gamma Lambda to further heights that they've
love
already reached.
Yes.
So thank you, Michael Richard, because he just looked in on my Facebook Live. So I
Okay.
just want to thank Brother Richard, for that.
For sure.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention other brothers just real quick. Al Boswell, the Andre Green, and others. So again, just wanted to congratulate Harry Todd. But there's also going to be a financial literacy community meeting that's going to be held this coming Friday, September 15th, at our gathering place, which is located in the historical Pure Word MBC, located at 20011 Grand River, and that's in Detroit. And that's going to be from 11 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's going to provide a community discussion on financial capability and literacy from experts from multiple state legislators, as well as from various other Michigan organizations and Michigan departments. So again, that's going to be hosted by State Representative Stephanie Young, and her special guest is going to be State Representative Brenda Carter, another one of my fellow Spartan alumnuses.
I love it.
So that's where the bleed, I bleed the green and white. They come in there at the same time,
Okay.
too. But, and then my other good friend, Dr. Savina Taylor, she's the pastor of a church called Unity Mission Church. And this next month on October the 5th, that they're hosting a Hour of Deliverance crusade, and it's going to be located at Hope United Methodist Church, which is located at 26275 Northwestern Highway. That's in Southfield, Michigan. The doors open at 5:30, and it starts at 6 o'clock.
Awesome.
So they want you to make sure that you get there early. You know how we are. We always want to try and get
Yes.
places early. And the special guests are going to be from the Jeffersons, Marla Gibbs, the maid that played the adversary, kind of like to George Jefferson. And,
Yes.
she's going to be one of the special guests, as well as a gentleman named Ernest Harden Jr.,
Okay.
who's done a lot of sitcoms and a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows. So the two of them are going to be the, the special guests. So you don't want to miss that. And it's going to be, again, October the 5th. And doors open up at 5:30, and it starts at 6 o'clock at Hope United Methodist Church in Southfield, Michigan.
Awesome.
But, before we get started, just wanted to say, too, that, there's been so many things that have been going on,
lot of
throughout. Want to give my kudos to Primetime, Deion Sanders, who won his second game as the head coach for the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yes.
And, I'm so proud of this young man, and how he's taken his sons into national prominence.
That's amazing.
You know,
Yeah.
he's got one son that plays offense. He's got another son that plays defense. And I didn't get all the statistics, you know, pertaining to how many yards his son, you know, threw for in the game that they had on Saturday. But we know in terms of say that he is probably elevated his game
Oh, for
as
sure.
he did against TCU the first week. And the prominence about that was that TCU was the team that was in the national championship game the last time they played back in, I believe it was in February, January, February this year. And they were the runner-up for the national championship game.
Okay.
And for them, Colorado to beat a team that was in that game was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yes.
And then the other thing too, I'll say this too, Chief, was that that kind of segues a little bit to them Lions.
Them Lions. Yes. Yes.
And I'm not going to say
It's
them.
football
I'm going to say
season.
them Lions. You know.
Yes.
They
Put some
probably-
respect on our name
right,
for sure.
You know, just like when you get a lot of these sports teams that say them, you know, and they use the term, you know, in terms of instead of saying THEM, or those, they'll say dem, DEM.
Yes.
But them Lions got our respect
For sure.
here in Detroit.
And ticket sales have gone up. They're $200 a ticket. So it went from, you could probably get 4 tickets for $100 last year. So good for the Lions. We're so proud. And it's definitely time and season for us. So I look forward to a good season of football. Although I was banned to not talking, you know, the Mr. and football season. So I opted out of going out to the movies. I actually watched the game. So good for our Lions. And to all the ladies out there who can relate.
Get you to put more detail on that one, but I'm going to leave that one alone.
But just right back to Deion Sanders, his work ethic was crazy. He would play football all day and then fly out and do baseball. So he was well-rounded, is well-rounded. He's catching a lot of backlash for putting on his boys. So what do you think about that?
I mean, if they can play, they can play. I mean, you put the best players on the team.
That's right.
You're playing to win, not playing just to try and pacify folks to say, okay, well, let so-and-so play, even though they may not be the better player.
Right.
Because that's what they do during training camp. They compete to see who's the best player.
Absolutely.
And if that, if that player doesn't play as well as one of Deion Sanders' sons, then they may have to wait their turn,
Yes.
and God forbid, we don't want anybody to get hurt. But a lot of times, if the player may need to be spelled because of fatigue or something like that, then you may put that other person, in there
Yes.
to spell that person until they're able to get out there and play.
Oh, yeah.
So, whatever flack that he may be getting, for putting his son in there.
It's a lot. But they're proving themselves. So, I mean.
And that's the important, that's
Yes.
the important part about it, is that just like in the case with Harbaugh has his son that was coaching the University of Michigan
Right.
football team. And one of the things that they did it in 2 different halves. They won the game, against Las Vegas, University of Las Vegas. But the other thing, too, that was historical for University of Michigan was that Mike Hart was the first African-American to coach at University of Michigan the second half of that game.
Okay.
So it kind of, even though Harbaugh's suspension was for like 3 games, but then when he comes back, there would have been, his son had a chance to be a head coach. Mike Hart will have had a chance to be a head coach at Michigan and to be a head coach. I don't know if he head coached any other places, any other colleges or schools.
Yes.
But for him to coach at the Big House, the largest university holding a college football game, was phenomenal right there. So it gained a lot of national prominence, in that respect.
For sure.
And the other thing that I just wanted to mention too was that there's still, since we're talking about football, that we're talking about the possibility that here in the pros, Brett Favre got hurt after about 4 plays in the game with the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills yesterday evening, and he was carted off, the field. But the thing was that, and I'm giving you a little bit more education, so when you have football talk with somebody else, that you
Yeah,
can
better
have
brush
that
up.
more intelligible football talk with
You
them.
you see him quiet, so I can't even pretend.
Well, that's why they call you what? Was it Quiet Storm? Is that
Chief Silent-
Chief Silent
Silent
Storm.
Storm.
Silent Storm. Okay, we got to make sure we say that right. there.
Yes, yes.
But but the thing is just that there was talk. I was looking at the news this morning where they were saying the possibility of seeing whether or not they could get Brady to come back
I
now
heard
that
that.
he's
I
retired.
heard that,
But they're
yes.
talking about trying to get Brady. He was honored at the football game on Sunday at Foxborough with the New England Patriots. But at his age, would it be wise to do something like
I
that?
think so because he's in phenomenal shape right now. So, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I feel like he's going to come back.
Well,
I'm willing to
that's-
put a wager.
Well, that's where we may have a difference,
Okay.
Whether or not if there's enough money to entice him to come back. New York is a prime location to play football at, and they are starving for another football championship there in New York. They've had some championships there with the Giants, but to have one there with New York. And everybody knows of the prominence that they had back when they had, won the football game. I think it was the 3rd Super Bowl, matter of fact. His name is going to escape me. It's going to come to me probably after the show is over with. But he was the quarterback that said that, hey, we could beat the team that they were playing against. And I remember him because he was Joe Namath. Joe Namath. And Joe Namath was a very prominent, football player, as well as he was an actor, and he was a sports,
Okay.
commentator as well. But the thing is that they've been starving for a football championship like they had back when Joe Namath, was playing.
For sure.
But one last thing I want to say, too, and I'll let you make the closing remarks, is that we're hoping and praying that UAW and the Big Three can come to an agreement so that the workers would not have to strike. We know the deadline is coming up in a couple of days. UAW President Sean Fain is going to come on the air. He's going to do a Zoom press conference tomorrow at 5 o'clock and talk about where the negotiations are at. We had a meeting yesterday with Western Wayne County NAACP where the Congresswoman, Rashida Tlaib, who represents the 12th District, was talking to us in terms of, say, about what some of the negotiating factors are. And we know that the electric vehicles play a part of this. We know the pensions also play a part in this. And we know that the COLA, cost of living,
Yes.
also plays a part in this.
Huge.
So we want to make certain, too, that from my understanding, Stellantis, formerly Chrysler, is the one out of the 3 that seems to have had a little bit more leeway with trying to make more of the concessions that the workers are looking for. As it stands right now, it looks like the UAW is pretty much like saying where they may have been a long way off when it came down to wages.
Of course.
That they are now then looking at maybe making a few concessions. So whereas they may have been wanting a certain amount, now they're kind of relenting and saying that they, may not need as much now, and being more negotiation, for that.
Yes.
But pensions, cost of living, and The other part too is that if this, if there is a strike, it's how long the strike could last for.
Yeah.
And then there's, right now the workers are gearing up. I think that they're getting their assignments already prepared, and hopefully, like I said, and I say the word
Yes.
if there is a strike, then it's not one of those long-lasting strikes, because there's a lot of people that are affected.
For
by
sure.
that at
And
the
that could
same
be
time.
devastating.
And it could really be devastating.
Yes.
But I'll let you close out.
Well, thank you for that. And closing statements, if you want to be a part of the show, again, for the show, it's 313-868-0342. Again, it's 313-868-0342. And we do thank Detroit native son, Valerie Lockhart. She is our sponsor and publisher. And if you want to be a part, just get a hold of one of us. We are doing this show probably once a month. 30 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time for both of us, but we'll make it work. And in closing, for a quote that I wrote down from Deion Sanders in light of football season, winners have expectations and won't settle for mediocre. So we just, again, honor our Detroit Lions, and thank you for joining us on another show. Thank you to my co-host, Darwin Griffin, and we look forward to doing this again.
And we've got a few more minutes left.
We do.
But the thing that I just want to say too is thank you, Suzanne, for giving this opportunity and providing a encouraging and refreshing light.
Thank you.
That you bring to the show, as I'm sure that you bring to the shows that you host, on your own. But again, thanking Detroit Native Sun News. And we pray in terms of safe for everybody to stay safe during this time.
For sure.
We want to make certain too that, as you mentioned earlier, about being Suicide Prevention Watch.
Yes.
To make certain that this month is not something that, we had recently a situation occur where there was a young lady who was on the 24th or the 25th.
Oh, yes.
Of the Jeffersonian Apartments.
I saw that, yes.
And, it was a real sad ordeal that went on.
Devastating, yeah.
And my heart goes out to her family and to her friends. So, again, we thank you for tuning in today and look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Here at the Full and Fabulous Curvy Girl Project, we don't just focus on health, beauty, and self-esteem. We also offer an amazing summer program for young ladies ages 12 to 18. For more information, visit our website at fullandfabulous.org. See you soon.